Hey class, I am Michael Webb, and today I'm going to be hosting this tutorial on how to download and operate VMware, which is a virtual machine software. VMware is a software for the Mac that allows Mac users to be able to run a Windows operating system. This is very important for us because if you own a Mac and a class requires a certain software that isn't accessible for a Mac, you would have to go to like Sturgis Library or something like that and use a Windows machine in order to do your work. But by using a virtual machine, we're allowed to basically use those softwares on our Mac just within a window. So, what is a virtual machine? A virtual machine is a computer file, typically called an image, that behaves like an actual computer. In other words, creating a computer within a computer. It runs in a window, like this Safari window right here, like any other program, giving the end user the same experience on a virtual machine as they would on the host operating system itself. So basically, we are running Windows in a Mac window, if that makes sense. The virtual machine is sandboxed from the rest of the system, meaning that the software inside a virtual machine can't escape the system, meaning that the software inside a virtual machine can't mess with the computer. This produces an ideal environment for testing other operating systems and other software within the operating systems, including beta releases, accessing virus-infected data, creating operating system backups, and running software applications on operating systems that weren't originally intended for our host operating system, like a Mac. And like I said before, VMware can be very useful for students that do not own products with Windows operating systems. Instead, you'd have to go to the library and work with the applications that require the Windows. If we install a VM, a virtual machine, you can use those applications on a Windows operating system with the comfort of your own machine, like your Mac. Okay, so the first step of downloading VMware is we're going to go to the VMware website, if this will load. Don't know why this isn't loading. Let's see if we can get to Wi-Fi, since this isn't working. Let's see if this will work. Okay. Be faster. No. Okay. Well, let's go to Safari. Let's go to Google Chrome and see if that will work better. Okay, VMware. And we can click on the first one. So, in order to get this free license of VMware Fusion, we will need to register for a free account so we can get the free version, which is a non-commercial use. So I've already created my account. So in this page right here, you will register as well as your login. I'm just going to log in. Here's my account. Okay, so now that we are in, we will then go to VMware Fusion Player 12. Like I said, we can get the free version for that. As us college students, we like free things. This is not the proper. We will go to, we would just type in VMware again, because that is not the one that I intended to go to. And then we'll go to VMware Fusion. And if we click right here and say get a free personal use license for students, home users, things that apply to us, we would then go to that, if this will let me click on it. Yes. So then right here, originally it would say have a register button right here, and then you would again submit your login data, and then it should pop up as your license key down here. Once you submit your login data again, you will be redirected to this page, and you will get your license key right here. You will then go to, after you download VMware, which would be right here, you would then go to your VMware, you would open it in your applications, mine would be right here, and then you will get to this page. Actually, you would go back and let's see. Once you open your VMware account, or your application, you will have a license key page where you would say, it would be right here, and it would say get a free operating system. Yes, you will say enter your activation key, and then it will bring you to this page. So once we are on this page, we will then need to go to this website right here, which is a software download for the ISO needed to install your VMware on VMware Fusion. So this website will be right, where is it? Oh, it's on Safari. You will get to here once you click this http microsoft.com software download Windows 10 ISO. You will then download whatever version you want, and it will come up right here. Mine is right here, Windows 10 ISO. You will then go to this page right here, and then you will drag your ISO to the disk or image, then click continue, and then your password is just your password that you log into your Mac with. And it asks for a Windows product key, but when I did this before, it wasn't necessarily needed. It worked completely fine. So I just clicked Windows 10 Home, and then you will click continue. And then yes, it will say that you need a product key, but you don't necessarily need a product key because it works fine without it. And then the level integration right here, it'll ask for if you want to share your documents with your Mac to this virtual machine. I did not choose that. You can if you want. It will make it easier if you want to use both in order to incorporate things, but I clicked the more isolated one, so because that's what I wanted it to be used for. And you will get these virtual machines summary and all what the virtual machine does. You will then go to, you can customize the settings if you want to, and then you can finish. You'll click finish, and then you can save where you want this virtual machine to be saved at on your Mac. And then the virtual machine should download, and it will take a little bit of time, I would say. I already do have this downloaded though, so I'm just going to cancel out of this and then open the one that I already have in order to save time. So then I will go to File, Open Recent, and then this is the one I already have that is installed and ready to go. Let's see if this will work. And it's just going to be loading for a little bit here because it is a virtual machine. It takes your processing power. It's basically trying to run, it's not basically, it is trying to run a whole operating system in one page. Okay, so here we are in the Windows operating system. You can tell it's definitely different. This is Windows 10. It's definitely not in a Mac operating system. I will slide up to try to log in. And then here we go on the login page. I know it didn't say like to make your Windows password, but for me, however, it is the password that I use to log into my Mac. So I will just go ahead and enter that. And then here we are on the virtual machine. So you can tell that we already have internet access. If you were connected to the internet on your Mac, then the VM should connect automatically. If you do not have that, then you can just go to the network configurations to connect to Wi-Fi or make your Ethernet work, things of that nature. Okay, so now that we have VMware downloaded, let's talk about things that we have as Kennesaw students that we can use this virtual machine to our advantage with. So, one thing that Kennesaw offers to us students is Microsoft Azure, which is a cloud of all of the programs that we're allowed to use basically for free. This is a great resource to use programs for your class, to use programs just to learn new things, and just personal use, things like that. So I'm now going to go to Microsoft Azure Cloud. I'm going to I'll just go to this page. Go ahead and make this screen bigger. Because it is a virtual machine, it will be a little bit slower than your normal just Mac operating system because it takes a little bit more to load and process things. So I'm going to sign in with my student account. That is already provided. There's no need that we have to set it up or anything. Kennesaw has already provided that for us. Click on work or school account. And then type in your student email address. Then type in your student email. I'm going to go look for my student email because I do not know it off the top of my head. 1 second. Okay, and then type in your student password. And then you should be met with the awesome verification push notification that we always use to log into our Duo Mobile and D2L. So then you're going to do that, and just go ahead and click yes to that, and we should be in after that. Hold on while we register this device. It's a new device. I haven't used this VM. So yeah, all set, good to go. Click OK, and we should be in now. Refresh the page, see if it'll work. Okay, sync profile, sure. Alright, now you can see we're in. And we want to go to just the home page, get out of the free Microsoft Azure account thing. Once this loads, we shall be met with a button that says Portal right here. So the portal is the actual portal to our cloud. We will click on that. I forgot to mention, this particular virtual machine that we downloaded through the Windows site doesn't come with any programs. It just comes with basic Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, things like that, things that you should already have. And then there are other virtual machines that can come with programs such as Visual Studio Code, like the ones we use in class, things like that. I just use the one that I can download for free, but it should work the same way. You download the ISO file and then you drag it into the VMware Fusion like we did earlier. Okay, moving on. Now that we are on our Microsoft Azure portal, we can go down to, let's see, we can go down to, I believe, where is it at? All resources. And these are all the resources that we can use that we're available to us as Kennesaw students. If this will load. Okay, awesome. So this is a previous thing that I created. Let's go to App Services. Where's it at? We will go to Education. That is what I'm looking for. I apologize. Education. Exit out of that. I don't know what that is. Make this a little bit larger. And if this will load. Now that we're in education, this is things that we can use as education purposes. We go down to software. And then here are all the things that are available to us for free. You can notice right here it says there's a lot of Windows operating systems. So there's one for Mac, and it's Visual Studio 2019. So these are all softwares that we can use on this virtual machine that we couldn't use on our Mac OS. So I will just click on one. Let's go to SQL Server 2019 Developer. And then right here, this is the product language, the operating system, and what it actually does. You can click on Generate URL. And then that is the URL to download this software. We will then copy and paste it to go download it. And we have the ISO for this. It can be downloaded and used. This can be used for any of these Microsoft Azure softwares. And this is a great tool for us Kennesaw students as well as professors and faculty that need to be using Windows software on a Mac. This concludes my tutorial. Thank you and have a great night.